overtime. Hester to return from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They begin with Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
First throw in overtime here for Vick. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that, and just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Off the play fake, Vick. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Deion Sanders picks up his second sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt. It helps out your defense with field position.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Throwing, Vick. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Now here's Vick. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And the Ravens are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. What a huge takeaway for this defense. The interception on the opening drive of overtime.
What an absolute disaster of a time for his first interception of the game, because throughout the game, He's made sure to keep the ball away from the other team. He's done a nice job of that. Here, the interception pops up, and now, on the other side of the field, all they're thinking, get 3, and we go home.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second down and 6 now. A play fake, now Cunningham. And that's complete to Davis.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field.